Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the Jeep Recon and some interesting new news that one of my sources from Toluca, Mexico at the plant down there has actually sent me. And this new vehicle, a lot of people don't know a lot about it because Jeep really hasn't released much about it because it's been really secretive. But we do know quite a bit about it going into 2025. So we know it's going to come out as a production vehicle this year. However, it's actually going to come quite faster than what we thought. According to my source down at Toluca, Mexico, production is going to start. Job 1 production is scheduled to start Monday, February 24th. Now, keep that in mind because that's only about a month out. So that's big news. So this new Jeep is actually going to be slightly smaller than the Grand Cherokee. It's going to be about the same size as the new Wagoneer S and the new upcoming Cherokee, which will be built alongside down in Mexico. So this is a unibody vehicle based on the Stellar Large platform. This is the same platform, again, that the Cherokee, Wagoneer S, and the Dodge Charger Daytona sit on. Now, the Dodge Charger Daytona is technically an E-segment vehicle, so this vehicle will be a little bit smaller and should weigh a little bit less, too. Now, we know the Wagoneer S weighs in about 200 pounds less than the Dodge Charger Daytona, but it also gets 600 horsepower. And a lot of people are assuming that this vehicle will get 600 horsepower as well. But what we're hearing is that it might be tuned down just a little bit for the lower trim models. There's supposed to be 3 trim levels, according to our sources. There's going to be a Willys model that will start out as the entry level. There'll be a luxurious Overland model, and there'll be an off-road oriented Moab model. So these spy photos that you see recently, this is the Moab model, and these are the ones that we keep seeing around Metro Detroit testing. So again, all electric, at least for launch. Now, what we're hearing is the new Cherokee will be hybrid only, and that comes out later this year. But Antonio Filosa, who's the Jeep CEO and now the Stellantis COO for North American operations, has been very vocal about, the possibility of a hybrid model of the Recon coming to production. And we know that the Cherokee is going to be a hybrid only, so that actually, we know a little bit about that too. That's getting a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that's going to be built at the Dundee engine plant here in Michigan. And the interesting thing is, Mopar Insiders actually found patent drawings for a brand new 3-speed hybrid transmission that sounds like it will be matched up to that new 1.6 liter. So we might be seeing, if it's going to be built at Toluca, we might be seeing this 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine with that hybrid transmission in the new Recon soon. So that could be a benefit. We probably won't see it for the first model year, but guaranteed we'll probably see it maybe for 2026. But this will be a 2025 vehicle, and that's the interesting part. So we thought this was going to be introduced later in the year, but February is right around the corner. It's about a month away from when I'm making this video that this thing's going to make its debut. So interesting enough, it's going to be a 5-passenger, adventure vehicle. Like I said, you can take the doors off, and it's going to be open air. The interior gets pretty much the same kind of tech and everything. It looks very similar. The parts and stuff look very similar. But we do get some spy photos from the Recon forums, and we can kind of see that it looks very rugged compared to the Wagoneer S, where the Wagoneer S looks very luxurious and sleek. The Recon looks more utilitarian. So that's going to be kind of a cool, different adaptation to all the new technology that we're getting in these vehicles. So now, just because it's being built in February, also I should mention this, just because it's being built in February doesn't mean it's going to reach dealers at the end of February or even in March. We're probably going to see a little bit of containment to make sure these vehicles are rolled out. We probably won't see as big of a containment as the Charger, Daytona, and the Wagoneer S, mainly because this uses the same electrical architecture, so same kind of software in that. So we're probably going to see that ironed out. But we're guaranteed we're probably going to see this at least probably before summer. So it's going to be very interesting to see when this vehicle hits, because this is way more highly anticipated than the Wagoneer S. And even though a lot of people are bummed out that it's going to be strictly electric, where Antonio Filosa said, hey, the Wagoneer S probably won't be anything but electric, the Recon will more than likely have a hybrid model coming. That should amp up the excitement, because if this all-electric model rolls out and it's still doing pretty good, and then a hybrid model comes out, it's going to do even better. So this is going to be a global Jeep. They're going to send this thing all the way around the world, and that's why, of course, we're going to get an electric version too, because obviously we still got CARB states to deal with, and then we got Europe and all that other stuff. So it's going to be very interesting to see how good the hybrid does versus the EV across the globe. So interesting enough. Again, coming in February. Production one starts February 24th. So keep your eyes open. There'll probably be more information about this vehicle coming out soon. We're hoping that Jeep may say something at the Chicago Auto Show, which is next month. But we might see something on their own. But they should say something pretty soon about this vehicle. So we've seen a lot of them testing around Detroit. Can't wait to get more in depth with them and hear what Jeep has planned for this new adventure SUV. So make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.